Hello and welcome to Is That Trophy Worth It? The series where we take a look at platinums that I've got and we ask if you should get them as well. Today we're going to be looking at Ratchet Clank, which is a reimagining of the first game in the Ratchet Clank series. This game came out in 2016 and was tied to a film. So it's a movie tie-in game in a weird way. So that's strange. It's a good movie tie-in game though. I wouldn't call it a movie tie-in game, but it's a vibe. Anyway, it's been on PS. It came out on PS Plus in March 2018, I believe. At least that's when I played the game, and I usually play PS Plus games about around when they come out. So that would be it. And this game is a very fun game to play. It's a mixture of being a shooter, a platformer, and just kind of an all-round adventure game. You solve puzzles, you collect things, and you just have fun. You kill things, and you just move along with the levels. It was a relatively short game, if I remember correctly. There wasn't too much to it, but at the same time, it's not super long that you're going to be spending a year trying to finish it. It took me about a week to finish, which I think during that time would have been not that long for a game because at that point I was still in school every day, and I was dealing with that, so it wasn't like I wasn't playing it all day every day. So keep that in mind. When I say a week, it's probably actually about 15 hours of playtime, something like that. Yeah. So now we get to talk about. Well, let's talk a bit more about the gameplay. Don't particularly remember the story too much. I remember a little bit of here and there. So the story is not terrible, but it's not amazing either. It's not something that's going to stick in my brain too much. The gameplay, though, was really fun and quite fluid. You had a variety of weapons to use. You had quite clean movement. It was a fun game. It wasn't like a terrible platformer. It was a good platformer and a good adventure game. So when those are the three genres you're trying to use, that's always good. Now, I would say that you should probably play this game, even if you're not going for the platinum. It's a fun game, and I mean, Ratchet Clank is a classic, and being able to play a reimagining of the first game is quite useful. Obviously, there's Rift Apart that came out, I think it was last year or the year before, so you can always play this one in preparation for that one, if you have it, that is, because obviously it did come out on PS Plus, so you might have had it and been like, do I play this, do I not? But this is kind of your sign to play it, because I'll give you the gameplay rating. It's going to be like an 8 out of 10 for gameplay. I remember I got a little bit annoyed at certain areas, and obviously the story will also drag it down a little bit, but the gameplay itself mostly is very solid and very fun, meaning that you get an 8.5 kind of area, so it's a good game. Now, I'm going to transition into the trophy list, and we're going to start off with the platinum trophy percentage, which is 21.14 on PSN profiles and 2.4 across PSN. So it's a pretty average trophy for me to get anyway. It's it's one of them that's okay, it's not super easy, but it's not super hard either. 20% is pretty average for PSN profiles. Especially on a game that came out on PS Plus, because they'll always have almost always have lower percentages because there's a lot of people playing them, not necessarily for trophies. It's the same with Call of Duty and I don't know, FIFA, Battlefield, because there's a lot of people that just play them for the multiplayer games, the multiplayer side, the trophies. There's more people playing it, so the trophy percentages get lower, and it's kind of the same with PS Plus games, even if they're single player, because people won't go for the 100% collectibles or doing random miscellaneous things in certain levels. So that is something to keep in mind. As I said earlier, it was a 1 week and 1 day for the platinum, and I'm gonna get these out of the way now because there is 5 missable trophies. One of which is not to use auto hack on any of the areas to use auto hack on. I forgot they're called, but that's pretty easy because you just gotta solve the puzzles. So, I mean, it's more fun if you don't use auto hack anyway. Then there's a couple ones where it's not killing certain enemies because they don't respawn. So you'll have to keep in mind that's not my job. And what was the other one called? Not my job. Oh, I'm not going to find it in time. Not my job. 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 It'll be like around the same, won't it? My job, not my job, not my job, not my job. Where's when sheep fly? That's the other one. So it's like those two enemies won't in those two trophies won't respawn. So you gotta keep that in mind. Using the Groovitron on all enemies, well, you have to get the Groovitron and use it on all enemies. So, you know, it's recommended you do that in like the challenge mode, which you also have to play. Anyway, and then there is one for trading in duplicates, and the thing is you can get all the cards without trading in duplicates. So just keep in mind, just trade in some duplicates when you can, so that you get that trophy. It's an easy trophy to get, but it's also a trophy that you can miss if you don't necessarily know about the mechanic or if you don't pay attention to it. As I said, there was a challenge. There's some challenge mode trophies like reaching the maximum bolt multiplier in challenge mode, and the rare trophy is actually getting using the Griffitron on every type of enemy. But there are some like miscellaneous random trophies that you get for like exploring. So there's like finding Quark's Lounge on Deplanetizer, destroy all the planet models in Drake's office, and ride every catwalk without moving. Like all of these are like random miscellaneous trophies that are like relatively low percentages, but they're not hard to do. It's just you've got to actually go out your way to do them, and that's why they're low percentages. As for that, there's breaking every lamp in the Lyro City was quite annoying. That one I was kind of annoyed at, but other than that, it was mostly quite fun. And then there's some hoverboard cups that you need to do, or the fitness courses. Those are fun little like time trial trophies that I really enjoy. I always enjoy those kind of trophies personally because it really tries to get you to refine your mechanics and find ways to be faster. It's really nice. I enjoy that. Aside from that, there are probably many trophies that you might need a hand on, like watching a video or finding a guide or something, just so you know what you're doing. But you don't have to do that. You'll definitely be able to find out most of these without needing a hand, so which is always good. And I mean, most of the trophies, to be honest, are just kind of like story trophies or upgrading your weapons or upgrading your health, modifications, kind of that kind of thing, which is it's something that you can naturally do in the game. It's nothing you have to go out your way for, which is always good. Is there anything else I really want to talk about? Golden bolts and telepaths. What is it? Telepathopus brains. Those are like two of the main collectibles. Complete the game in challenge mode. I talked about the getting the maximum multiplier, but I didn't talk about completing the game. It's not too hard. It's cool challenge mode, but if you've played the game through already, it's not very hard. So, it kind of doesn't challenge you as much as you may think. I think the trophy list is quite not necessarily unique because it follows the same format of like story, collectible, miscellaneous, time trial. If you have like the ability to do a time trial trophy, like it follows the same kind of list as everyone else. I mean, it's hard to avoid that list. I mean, you're always gonna have story and you're always gonna have collectible, pretty much. So then miscellaneous. It kind of will always follow that, but there's enough variety here that it's genuinely quite an interesting trophy list, and it's fun to complete. So I'd give it about a 9 out of 10. Maybe just maybe like -1 for just how annoying that one trophy is. It wasn't even annoying. It's just I didn't enjoy it. The I hate lamp trophy. Yeah, that's probably the only one I really didn't enjoy. And yeah, -1 actually is more for the 5 missable trophies, because missable trophies are the bane of every trophy hunter's existence. But yeah, and the rest of them are mostly just like skill or just general completion. So you can always appreciate those ones. So 9 out of 10, definitely worth going for. I really think it's a fun trophy list, fun game. Recommend you play it. Out of 10, if I'm gonna rating, I might give you a rating now of how much I recommend you should play it, and I'll give you an 8 out of 10. It's a very good game, and if you have it from PS Plus, definitely play it. It's a 10 out of 10 if you have it on PS Plus. And anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Peace.